खड़ी नीम के नीचे हूँ तो हेकली जातोड़ो पटाड़ू माना वो छनी मनी देख ले खड़ी नीम के नीचे हूँ तो हेकली जातोड़ो पटाड़ू माना वो छनी मनी देख ले खड़ी नीम के नीचे झिरमिर मेवला बरसे पवनी की डोला खावे मोर पपैया मीठा बोले कोयल शोर मचावे झिरमिर मेवला बरसे पवनी की डोला खावे मोर पपैया मीठा बोले कोयल शोर मचावे भूता न पूछा छेल भमरिया हे कली जातो डो पटाड़ू माना वो छनी बनी दे भूता न पूछा छेल भमरिया हे कली जातो डो पटाड़ू माना वो छनी बनी देख ले खड़ी नीम के नीचे.
Thar Desert is one of the biggest deserts of the world, which is located in southeast corner of Sindh province of Pakistan. Thar is called the only green desert of the world. The original name of Thar, which is based on the Dines and rocky hills, has been derived from the Sanskrit word Thal, which means the area that is dry and barren. There is a proverb for Thar in Sindhi, Wutho ta Thar, na tabar. That means if it rains, then it is Thar. Otherwise, it's a desert. The name of this strongly and sustainable standing parker was actually named after an ancient creek which the people had to cross in run of Kutch. Due to receding of sea, changing direction of old river flows, and natural calamities, the geographical boundaries have been changing. Sometimes the sea having strong waves and a branch of river Indus, Hakro or Saraswati flew to end at Run of Kutch near Nagar Parker via Umarkot. But now barren hills of sand can be seen there. Once upon a time, there were beautiful cities and ports like Parinagar, but now they are giving a look of shattered ruins, which are astonishing for every visitor. Spread over an area of 22,000 square miles, Thar is divided into 9 parts of Mehrano, Dhat, Kanto, Samroti, Wango, Parker, Kus, Wat, and Kayar in respect of physical status and speciality of land. The land of Thar with de-rice trees of Rohdo, Gugral which is produced by Kumbhat, Kandi with Singri and Peru trees of Yar, Thuhar and Ak is geographically divided into desert, rocky as well as straight land. 3 days of Thar Parker are in barrage area. The remaining part of entire Thar is dependent on rain. After downpour, the Thar gives a look of green cover like Kashmir, where thousands of tourists from within the country and abroad come in Malir, the homeland of Marvi.
माण्हू सादा समाजड़ा मालवंद माण्हू आहिनि. पिटाई साहब जी फरमायो आहे आड़ी न चाड़ी न ॾुठ दिहाड़ी सूरा सथा कयो सैयद चए साहूं सुकाईन आणियो लंब लतीफ़ चए चांवर क्यों चाड़ी फुलाहूं न पाड़ी न उमर आराड़ी असी.
In monsoon, the area gives a look of festival. Width of Chachro Taluka The Tharparkar district is bigger in the area than from many other districts of Sindh. Before the arrival of British, the Thar was in the dominancy of Talpurs and Sodas. The British, for their administrative facility, formed Thar district on the states of Mitti, Diplo, Nagar Parkar and Kutch state. From 1906, Tharparkar was included in Mirpur Khas district. In 1990, the Thar was separated from Mirpur Khas and its previous status was restored. The headquarters of a newly formed district is now Mitti, which is prominent city in respect of business in entire Thar. Giving more than 1¼ kilogram gold, Karunjar Hill, granite, China clay, salt lakes and rich with gugral, Thar is the 7th biggest reservoir of coal. Tharparkar has been divided into 7 administrative units such as Mitti, Nagar Parkar, Chachro, Islam Kot, Dahili, Diplo, and Kaloi talukas, as with more than 2,400 small and big villages. As per census of 1998, the population of Thar was 9 lakhs, which now has been increased to 16 lakhs according to an unofficial figure. The language of people is mostly Sindhi, but their dialects are different. In Thar, other local languages are also spoken. These include Gujarati, Kutchi, Marwari, and Parkari. From different dialects, a soft language is emerged, which is known as Dhaki. This language is spoken by the Muslims and the Hindus of the area. The dependence of Thar is on livestock and rain. The weather, based on cold nights and hot days, is only dependent on the rain on the desert. When it rains, the faces of the poor people of Thar and their animals start shining with happiness.
जेका ही दुनिया जे अंदर में जेका भी रेगिस्तान आहिनि हुन मां जेका लक़ब थार ज़िले थार डेज़र्ट खे मिलियो आहे, दैट इज़ द गोल्डन डेज़र्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. गोल्डन डेज़र्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. माण्हू जी आदमशुमारी जे हिसाब सां human population. Domestic जानवर जेका आहिनि, माल जेका आहे, हुन जे हिसाब सां and vegetation. Most important, the vegetation.
Thar is an open museum of nature where centuries-old symbols of greatness like Naukot, Nehto, Mehrano, Islam Kot, Bhalwa, Veerawah, Parinagar, Kasbo, Deeplo, Chachro, hundreds of historical sites, places, towns, villages, and forts are available. While coming from Karachi, as we cross the town of Naukot, which is the gateway to Thar, Great Fort of Naukot stands there to welcome the tourists. Fed up with the invasions on Sindh and robberies by Rajputs from Rajasthan and Kutch, the Talpur ruler Mir Karam Ali Khan Talpur built Naukot Fort in 1814. Built with clay and baked bricks, this fort is 660 feet long and 600 feet wide. The nature of this 2 centuries-old fort is defensive, where army used to stay during Talpur ruling tenure. In case of need, this army was being sent to the forts of Mitti, Islam Kot, and Nagar Parkar. Not being repaired since many years, the fort was about to be ruined. But recently, Sindh Heritage Fund has owned the fort and started its repairing. After completion of the repair work, this fort will come into its beautiful old shape. After crossing the Naukot Fort, an area of Kas, we enter the premises of Umarkot, for which a familiar saying comes into mind that an alien could forget wisdom of male members, beauty of female folk, and magical fort. There are 2 opinions about the Umarkot Fort. Some historians say that this fort was built by Soda Rajput Amar Singh in 13th century, whereas some are of the opinion that the fort was built by Sumra ruler Umar Sumro, who kidnapped the heroine of Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai Mavi and made her hostage in Umarkot Fort. Strongly built Umarkot Fort occupies the supremacy on the other forts, having height of 35 feet and width of 17 feet. In the east of Umarkot Fort, there is the birthplace of a Mughal emperor Akbar the Great. After being defeated by Afghan governor Bahar Sher Khan, King Humayun got shelter at Umarkot along with his Sindh-belonged wife Hamida Begum, where Akbar was born on 23rd November 1542. A hut-style memorial has also been built at the birthplace of the Mughal king. In the shadow of Gadi Bid, an ancient and historical city of Mitti is there. This beautiful city was established by a woman, Mitti Bajirani. The state of dense theme trees, Islam Court has nowadays got very important status. Talpurs also constructed a fort here. The temple of Saint Nano Ram is also worth looking. Currently, Islam Court city is known for Thar coal mines. An annual fair of Saint Reno Ram takes place in the Islam Court city. Thousands of birds get food and water at this temple daily. Devotees also come here throughout the year. On the way to Nagar Parkar, the historical village of great patriotic character Marvi Bhalwa is located. Long ago, this village was being called as Malir. Even today, the well and the clay pot are available in original shape from where the ruler of Umakot, Umar Sumro, kidnapped Marvi. Adjacent to Karujar, a mosque constructed with Sangemarmar is treated as very old place of worship. The ruler of Gujarat, Mahmud Shah Begro, constructed the mosque in 1505, which is still being utilized. Peacock and peahen used to come to pay salute at the mosque during morning. Some graves are there near the mosque, which belong to the Shaheed sepoys of Mahmud Shah Begro, who was martyred by Rajputs. At the distance of about half a mile from the mosque, there is a pond in which the historical character of Nagar Parkar, Kesu Bha, was laid to rest. Most of the people do not know that shores of Arabian Sea also touch Thar Parkar, where once was a beautiful port, Parinagar, where Oswar community related to Jain religion used to live. Jain people built temples and places of worship at Veerawah as well as Nagar Parkar. Today, only 4 temples and dharamshalas are available in Nagar Parkar, which are the main source of attraction for tourists coming from within the country and abroad. While coming back from Nagar Parkar comes Gauri Temple, which was built by Oswar philanthropist Mangha Ram in 1376. The followers of Saint Parsanath live in this village. That is why, with the passage of time, the village was named after the Guru of Parsanath, Mr. Gauricho. The building of temple is built of stone with beautiful paintings. Here, the masterpiece of art can be witnessed. A British colonel Thurward demolished a portion of this temple because he was afraid of the revolt by the villagers. The cave is also available in the temple, which is connected with the temples of Nagar Parkar.
Thar Parkar energy culture, rich cultural area है. Cultural department कुछ करे पई पर मिला है न थर के कल्चर जो स्पेशल सिंध में थर म्यूजियम ठाण खपे. उनजो हेडक्वार्टर पहुंचे मिठी में रखन, उमरकोट में रखन, कराची में रखन, ताकि इंटरनेशनल कम्युनिटी अची ॾिसे त हिन रेगिस्तान में हिन थर में ही माण्हू ज़िंदगी कीअं था गुज़ारीनि.
The people of Mavi's land have been very simple regarding dressing. Instead of wearing silk clothes, they wore cotton-made clothes and shawls. Kanjro has been the popular dress of the females of the area, in which changes have emerged with the passage of time. Now, women wear embroidered shirts and other modern clothes. However, blouse and kurti are common dresses being used by the women of Thar. Jewelry is the beauty of woman. In the old ages, women used to wear the jewelry of Aj, the tooth of elephant, but now they wear the jewelry of gold, silver, and glass bangles. Married Hindu women wear a kind of golden nose ring, whereas Muslim women wear golden nose ring named as nat. Nowadays, there is a tradition of wearing golden nose pin. Muslim women wear different kinds of jewelry, whereas rich Muslim and Hindu women wear golden necklace. All the married women wear all types of bangles made from Aj, rubber, and M4. The women of Thar wear different types of jewelry at toes made up of silver. They wear various types of jewelry on different occasions. They have separate jewelry for head, nose, ear, hands, and toes. Thar is rich for its culture and craft. Thari, chunri, and lehenga are also popular throughout the world. There are 13 to 15 steps in making of chunri work. Firstly, the craftsmen select a soft cotton cloth. After washing, they design a beautiful pattern on that cloth. In third step, coloring process starts. For the durability, that cloth gets boiled in hot colored water. Chunri work is too much difficult as compared to ajrak. National and international visitors love to get these clothes from the market. The work of coloring is much hard and time-taking, but remuneration is very low. Nowadays, this craft is on the path of downsizing. Embroidery of Thar is unique one. In the two-piece cotton era, fascination of Thari embroidery is still on a high side. There are so many kinds of Thari embroidery, named as Kharik, Hirimcho, Misri Singh, Hakim, Gulro, Kangdo, Mukko, Pakko, Surajmukhi, Siranpak, and Tarado. For a long time, there was a tradition of silk embroidery, but later on Kashmir embroidery was adopted. Being costly, the tradition of silk and Kashmiri embroidery declined and was replaced with the embroidery of Mukko. The women of Thar not only use embroidery on clothes but also on handkerchiefs, bed sheets, hand fans, covers, and also make beautiful embroidery on the crown of bridegroom. They also include birds, trees, and symbols of Thar in their embroidery. In the present days, making of quilts, cotton belts, and Sindhi cap is very common. Although the women of Thar get minimum return of these products but feel happy whatever is granted to them by Almighty Allah. In Thar, Kharid, woolen bedspread, jalang bora, and kahiyu are made from the wool of goats. Nowadays, this art has been considerably reduced. The woolen shawls and blankets are very popular throughout the world. The people of Thar give these items as gifts to their guests.
जेको थर जो कल्चर आहे आर्ट आहे या जेको हिते लोकगीत आहिनि उन्हनि जो आउं सम्झां थो जंहिं हद ताईं उनखे अॻिते प्रमोट करणु खपे उहो न पियो थिए ऐं जेको असांजा सिंध जा एॾा खाता आहिनि या वफ़ाक़ जा खाता आहिनि उहो उनखे एतिरो अञा उजागर करे कोन पिया सघनि। हींअर साईं सरदार अली शाह जी मिनिस्टर थियो आहे त हुन काफ़ी कोशिश वरिती आहे ऐं असांखे उमेदु आहे ऐं असां पंहिंजे पार्टी पीपल्स पार्टी जे प्लेटफॉर्म तां एज़ ए MNA हुननि सां लहविचड़ में ईंदासूं त असांजे थर जी जेका म्यूज़िक आहे कल्चर आहे या असांजी तहज़ीब आहे उनखे उजागर करण लाइ हिते को इंस्टीट्यूट क़ाइमु कयो वञे।
In Thar, work of leather items is unique one. The artists of Thar make beautiful shoes, pahals, sandaris, paura for the feeding of horses and also make the arm of kurdam for the safety of the citizens, which they fold on their waist. What a unique art is of the carpenters, potters, and ironsmith of Thar is. Their products are very popular and now they are recognized with their profession. The identity of Thar is Ruplo Koli of Parker, who fought with British Raj, the social worker Miskeen Jahan Khan Khoso.
मिस्किन जी न्याणी आ मुझे मिस्किन गरीबन जा कम कंदो हो नगर पार्कर जो हीरो हो थर पार्कर जो हीरो हो सिंध जो हीरो हो मुझो पी हिता रवानो थींदो बाबा को हुते वेंदो हो मीरपुर में पुठन ते हुंदियूं हिकु बारूं बाबा ॿ लठड़ियूं हुंदियूं हिकिड़ी कच्छ में हिकिड़ी हथ में वो मुझे पी जे पुठन तां पगर हलंदो पोइ अच्छा दाग थी पी रहंदा मुझो पीउ गरीबन जा कम कंदो हो।
Ranas and Arbabs are dominating the politics of Thar since centuries. Arbab Amir Hassan and Rana Chandar Singh are called crownless kings of Thar. Even today, both the families are dominating on the parliamentary and local politics. Nobody can forget the sacrifices of Amar Jagdesh Malani for the democracy of Thar. In politics, Jam Saki. In literature, Abdul Qadir Junejo. In history, Roy Chand Rathore. In journalism, Sohail Sanghi. In music, Mai Bhagi. Her daughter, Mai Soni, singing the wise of Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai in unique way. Mohan Bhagat, the famous singer, late Sadiq Fakir, and solitary singer of the poetry of Sheikh Ayaz, Shafi Fakir are the famous names which shine in the sky of Thar.
हर फील्ड में कंहिं न कंहिं माण्हू में असां वटि अहिड़ा माण्हू पैदा थिया आहिनि जेकी थर या पंहिंजो नालो न रुगो थर में पर उन खां ॿाहिरि पाकिस्तान ऐं पाकिस्तान खां ॿाहिरि बि मशहूरु कयो आहे ऐं थर जा माण्हू उन्हनि खे यादि कनि था ऐं हर जी रूपरो कोली आहे उनखे अॼु 200-300 साल थी विया हूंदा जेकॾहिं मिसकिन जहान ख़ान आहे उनखे गुज़ारे 50-70 साल थी विया हूंदा पर अॼु बि माण्हू जो जॾहिं नालो वठनि था ॻाल्हियूं कनि था तॾहिं माण्हू रोई ॾियनि था माण्हुनि खे यादगिरियूं अचनि थियूं थर जो माण्हू ग़रीब पैसे जे लिहाज़ खां भले आहे पर माण्हुनि खे दाद ॾियण में उन्हनि जी यादगिरी करण में थर जो माण्हू कॾहिं बि कंजूस कोन रहियो आहे।